Hello, everyone. My name is Matthew Abrams, and I am the Director of Science and Training at INCF, the International Neuroinformatics Coordinating Facility. We're a global network of neuroinformatics practitioners who are working to develop standards and best practices that support open, fair, and citable neuroscience. In addition to developing the tools, the standards, and the infrastructure that the neuroscience community uses to be fair, we also have training on how to implement these standards and how to use these tools and resources that are being developed by our community. In a nutshell, how are we? We're sort of similar to the city of Pittsburgh, which is supposedly the city in the US with the most number of bridges. So what we do at INCF is we bridge the divide between the neuroinformatics community and neuroscience researchers, neuroscience societies, industry, publishers, and funders. Now, how do we do this? We do this by offering training courses to help researchers to gain the computational skills that they need to be able to take advantage of large data, as well as tutorials on how to implement the standards and best practices that have been developed by our community. We also maintain an online repository of training materials called Training Space, which has over 900 courses, lectures, and tutorials covering the vast specialisms of neuroscience as well as in neuroinformatics. For neuroscience societies, we usually partner up with them to either offer courses, sponsor lectures, or host events that are satellite events to those to be able to bring the latest advancements in neuroinformatics to those societies. With industry publishers and funders, we do more of an advocacy work in trying to promote the advantages of implementing the standards and best practices that our community is developing, as well as the importance of fair, open, and citable neuroscience. And I guess our most important role is really being the facilitator of bringing together the tool developers, infrastructure providers, as well as the standards developers to make sure that we're using the standards and best practices that support FAIR and also enable the interoperability of the tools and infrastructure that are being developed by the community and that they're using the standards that are, in fact, the best practices at that moment in time. And what we do to support this group, in addition to bringing them together, is that we maintain an online repository of standards and best practices called our Standards and Best Practices portfolio, which has standards and best practices that have been vetted by not only our INCF community subcommittee on standards and best practices, but also receive feedback from the community of users saying what they think is good about the particular standard or what they think could be improved. We also have a portfolio of fair infrastructure that users can come in and use and learn which repositories are available for them to use. And we have guidelines for how infrastructure providers should consider, particularly those who are working on repositories and scientific gateways, on our best practices for how you should run, build, and maintain such practices. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. I would love to reach out and talk to you. My name is Matthew Abrams again, and my email address is matthew@incf.org.